Okay, let's dive right in. We're about to explore one of the most surprising and, weirdly modern-sounding books of ancient wisdom. This is a raw, personal investigation into that one question that kind of haunts all of us. What is the point of all this? This is the story of a man who had literally everything, and then set out to find meaning. So the book opens with this absolute bombshell. No gentle introduction, no easing you in. The author, who just calls himself the preacher, hits you with his conclusion right at the start. Everything is vanity. It's a shocking, almost cynical way to begin, and it completely sets the stage for his radical investigation into life itself. Now, when you and I hear the word vanity, we probably think of someone who's a little too obsessed with how they look in the mirror. But that is not what the preacher is talking about at all. He means something much, much deeper. So, what's really going on with this word?
Well, the original Hebrew word here is hevel, and it perfectly captures the idea. Just think of vapor, or like smoke, or your breath on a really cold day. You can see it for a second, right? But try to grab it? You can't. It has no substance. It's just gone. That's what the preacher is saying life is like. It's hevel. It's fleeting, it's temporary, and you just can't hold on to it.
So why does he land on such a bleak conclusion? It's because he's paying attention. He's looking around at the world, at nature, at history, at people, and he doesn't see progress. He sees this giant cosmic treadmill where everything just goes around and around, repeating itself endlessly. And he starts building his case, pointing out these relentless patterns. Generations come and go. The sun rises, the sun sets, just to do it all over again. The wind blows, the rivers flow to the sea, but the sea never gets full. It's like nothing ever really changes. As he says, there's nothing new under the sun. It all feels like one big, pointless loop. So faced with this kind of cosmic boredom, the preacher decides to run an experiment. He thinks, okay, if life has no ultimate meaning, then maybe the whole point is just to have as much fun as possible. Maybe meaning is found in getting stuff, in wealth, in pure, unfiltered enjoyment. So he decides he's going to test this theory to its absolute limit.
And believe me, he holds nothing back. This is not just a fun weekend in Vegas. We're talking about building massive houses, planting entire parks, gathering insane amounts of silver and gold. He gets anything and everything his heart desires. In his own words, whatever my eyes desired, I didn't keep from them. He denies himself zero things. He basically lives out the ultimate fantasy of having it all.
And the result? After achieving all of it, he takes a step back, looks at everything he's accomplished, and feels nothing. He concludes it was all hevel, like chasing after wind. It's another perfect metaphor, isn't it? You can run after the wind all day long, but you're never, ever going to catch it. Pleasure, it turns out, was a total dead end. Okay, so experiment number 1 was a huge failure. So the preacher tries the complete opposite approach. If pleasure is meaningless, then surely the noble pursuit of wisdom has to be the key, right? I mean, this is the path of the philosopher, the great thinker. He decides he's going to dedicate himself to understanding everything. Now, to be clear, the preacher isn't saying that being wise is the same as being foolish. Not at all. He says wisdom is way better, that it excels folly as light excels darkness. To be wise is to see clearly. To be a fool is just to stumble around in the dark. But then, he discovers a really painful twist in the road.
And here's the paradox he runs into. The more you know, the more you see. And the more you see, the more you become aware of all the pain and the injustice and, the futility in the world. The very thing you thought would bring you meaning, knowledge, actually just ends up increasing your sorrow.
So, pleasure is a dead end. Wisdom just brings more grief. At this point, the preacher's whole crisis just hits its absolute peak. He confronts the one unavoidable reality that seems to cancel out every single human effort, no matter if it's noble or completely foolish. In his worldview, after you die, you go to Sheol, the place of the dead. And this is crucial. It's not a place of reward or punishment like heaven or hell. It's a place of nothing. All your work, your brilliant plans, your deep wisdom, your knowledge, it all just stops. And this is his devastating realization. It doesn't matter how you lived. You could be wise, or you could be a fool. You can build an empire, or you can do absolutely nothing with your life. In the end, the exact same fate is waiting for you. Death is the great equalizer, and it does not care who you were. This is the lowest point in the entire book. Faced with this reality that death just erases everything, your accomplishments, your wisdom, even the memory of you, he despairs. He says he hated life. All that hard work, all that striving, for what? To be forgotten, just like everybody else? The whole thing feels like a massive cosmic joke.
But, and this is a huge but, he doesn't end in despair. After hitting rock bottom, after taking apart every grand search for meaning, the preacher pivots, and he arrives at a conclusion that's as surprising as it is simple. He stops looking for meaning out there somewhere, and he starts looking right in front of him.
His advice becomes incredibly practical and, well, down to earth. He says, eat your food and enjoy it. Drink your wine with a happy heart. Find some satisfaction in your daily work. And whatever task is right in front of you, just do it with all your energy. He calls this simple enjoyment your portion in life.
And this is the huge shift in his whole perspective. After searching for some grand, eternal purpose that would last forever, he discovers that meaning isn't something you achieve at the end. It's something you experience, moment by moment, in the simple, real gifts of being alive today.
And he doesn't see this as some kind of second-place consolation prize. He calls this ability to find joy in the everyday the gift of God. It's not a defeat, it's a discovery. The meaning of life isn't a puzzle you have to solve, but a gift you get to receive, right here, right now.
And so the preacher's whole journey leaves us with this really powerful question. He found his answer, not by trying to escape the fact that life is temporary, but by embracing it. By realizing that the very fact that today is fleeting, well, that's what makes it so precious. So the question he leaves for us is, what are you going to do with the gift of today?